is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and Jerry Keyser.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, July 22nd. Show number 189 with at least two of the three hosts. Scott Hammer here, along with Jerry Keyser. What's going on?
I don't know. Everything's really choppy.
Oh. Yeah. It's the Hammer Down Racing Report presented by it's the Hammer Down Racing Report presented by Hammer Down Racing Report. Presented by Oakshade Raceway. We're the fastest meet to race, coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to like us, follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. The Twitter poll still up there, going on about NASCAR taking a break, or any racing really taking a break for the Olympics. The Olympics should take a break for racing, is what I'm saying. That's just my personal opinion. That Twitter poll is still up there on our at Hammer Report Twitter for, I think, about another half hour or so. Make sure to listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple, Spotify, Google, all that. We're on there. And if you do listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or Google, or iHeart, or the non-video version of this, you missed last week's Open, which I cut out of what we uploaded. Yeah, you missed it too because you were at Eldora and you couldn't really, unless you watched it. It's still on It's still on Facebook, so you could still check it out. But I was having computer issues yesterday. My computer decided to do updates right before the show and couldn't get in. And I was in my office computer, and I said, "Hey, Ron, well, I'm going to play the Open, and you take over the show for a little bit." I think it was Deer in Headlights. I think he wasn't prepared for that, so I do apologize. I believe he's at a wedding rehearsal this evening. I guess this isn't morning. Are you doing the hat changes? You got all kinds of hats going on?
I didn't like the hat I had on, so I figured I'd swap here.
Well, that's
I
good.
might do one more swap before it's all done. I don't know.
So who do we got on the show tonight?
Well, tonight we are pleased to welcome Mr. Larry Bose, former director of operations at Eldora Speedway for the past 30 years, stepping away from Eldora here just a couple weeks ago. And now Larry has some very important news to talk about, as he will be promoting at the Montpelier Motor Speedway in Montpelier, Indiana, as well as his regular gig as the promoter at the Rumble in Fort Wayne coming up in December. So we have to talk to Larry about both of those great things going on, as well as some of the other stuff. Larry's got his fingers into a lot of different pies, does a lot.
And he's retired, right?
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah.
The man never stops. In fact, that's why he's doing a call-in instead of coming on live, because he's on the road again. So
we'll be talking to him in, about 15 minutes or so? Maybe a little less.
Yes, sir.
Once again, I have to thank Oakshade Raceway. We're the fastest meet to race every Saturday night. This weekend is Attica Late Model Challenge Series. First event got rained out. Or actually, it was the only rain out other than opening night, the Bill Reckner Memorial, that last weekend in April. So the first Attica Oakshade Late Model Challenge Series event was rained out. So this is the second of what was supposed to be three. So now it's the first of two, I guess you could say. That's Saturday night, July 24th, Sportsman Bombers Compacts in action. Also, make sure to check out Freeze Frame Photos for all your racetrack needs. They can make custom.
I got to get back with Charlie. He's putting together a calendar and some pictures for me of my truck when I was up there.
That's one of the custom things he can create for you. Yeah. Puts together. He's got can koozies, all kinds of cool things that they got going on there. They can do custom photo shoots too, not just your victory lane and action shots. Make sure to give him a call, 419-476-9978. Special moments frozen in time. Also, a big shout out to Real Geese Silhouette Decoys, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, and of course Freeze Frame and Oakshade. And we'll talk more about them a little bit later. Some action from last weekend. It was we had we had Brian Weekman on, and he gave us a live forecast and was pretty darn accurate. He said everything's going to get rained out on Friday. Saturday was kind of questionable, but
couldn't he have lied and humored me a little bit on Thursday?
Well,
it made for an extra day at Eldora, which I'm not going to be mad about, because any time at Eldora is usually a good time. So
speaking of which, we might want to play him a little early tonight, the weekend weather pit stop, because there is racing going on tonight. Sandusky Speedway, as a matter of fact, High Miler weekend. The first night's dollar night. Ryan was pretty excited about this. How about we should we do the weekend weather pit stop right now?
Let's do the weekend
Little
weather pit stop right
in
now.
case anybody's headed out to Sandusky tonight. I was not prepared for
Or
this.
if you're
Here,
watching from the stands at Sandusky already.
there you go. There you go. I think it's supposed to start at 7:30 tonight. Here is your weekend weather pit stop a little bit early.
Here is your weekend weather pit stop forecast. I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Looking ahead to some gorgeous conditions tonight. Sandusky really looking out here for the races this evening. It's dollar night, and I'm kind of distracted here. Dollar hot dogs, beer, Pepsi products. This is what's written down here, and the forecast looks great. If you're not there, I don't know what else you're doing in Sandusky tonight. You're crazy. Friday looks pretty good too. Sandusky there again. Limaland, Attica. Temperatures should be a little bit warmer in the low 80s for Friday night. Saturday, the humidity really cranks up. So Oakshade, Flat Rock, Shady Bowl, Fremont, and Sandusky all looking pretty good for us here. There is a slight chance for showers. I think the chance is a little bit higher up towards Flat Rock, so be watching that. But all the Ohio races, very good chance that we're dry. Highs in the afternoon could approach 90 degrees. Again, very muggy for us as well. And I'll just mention a passing shower possible on Friday, but I do think most of the races get in just fine. Only one that I maybe have a little bit of a flag up for would be Flat Rock on Saturday. I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Don't forget, we've got that First Alert weather app. It's a free download. Go to your Apple or Android store. Just search WTOL weather. You can find it there. We'll send personalized notifications straight to you if you're at the raceway or at home.
There he goes. Weekend weather pit stop a little early in the show this week because
and definitely like the forecast compared to what I had heard earlier this week. So I'm excited about that.
Of hats. You're like
What's that?
You're like the Hat Man from whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What happened to Hat Man?
I don't know.
Remember him? You always see him. They'd be doing the interview in Victory Lane for the Cup race.
He would sit back here and hand everybody their hats.
And then he would be changing their hat during the interview.
Yeah.
I miss Hat Guy.
Yeah.
We're going to have him on the show sometime. You could be Hat Guy. Anyways, let's check out that weekend, the racing roundup thing. That's it. And we'll get to Larry.
Roundup thing. All right. Flat Rock Speedway was canceled due to rain. Same thing with Limaland Motorsports Park. Oakshade Raceway was in action in a big way with the birthday race. Sonoya, Georgia's Ashton Winger won the 10,000 to win birthday race. Summer Nationals late model event on Saturday. Bobby Pierce was second and Tanner English came home third. 16-year-old Hunt Gossam won the 1,500 to win modified feature. Dylan Woodling finished second and Brian Ruhlman third. Colin Schilt won another Bomber A main, followed by Gabe Mueller and Jeff Folks Jr. and Donovan Paskin won the Bomber B main. Cody Stetton picked up the C main. Toledo Speedway was in action with Mike Root grabbing his first ever win at Toledo on Saturday night, capturing the 62-lap Royal Truck and Trailer Sales anniversary race presented by Marco's Pizza and Miller Lite, NWO beverage for the Moran Chevrolet ARCA Outlaw Super Late Models.
That's a mouthful.
Greg Stillwell, yeah, right. Greg Stillwell Jr. took the ARCA R&M Recycling Late Model Sportsman race. We talked to Greg earlier this year.
Yep.
Dennis Wisman was the winner of the ARCA Figure 8 event, and Brian Ringer also visited the Monroe Asphalt Winner's Circle with his win in the Vault ARCA Factory Stock main event. Eldora Speedway was a mess last weekend with rain coming on Thursday, canceling the second night of the Kings Royal. Rain on Friday washed out all of Friday stuff. That moved the 37th and 38th Kings Royals to be run on Saturday, and the night before to be run the day after. So it made everything really crazy. But
the night before, the day after.
Right, but the first Kings Royal was the newest one, was the 38th, and the second Kings Royal was the 37th. So it was all kinds of screwy. But in the 38th Kings Royal that was run first, in his first full year in a winged sprint car, Tyler Courtney, Sunshine, picked up the $175,000 to win event. To do that, he dueled with the best. Brad Sweet, the two-time and defending outlaw champion during the first half of the 40-lap race, and then held off David Gravel by just over a half second at the line. Gravel was eventually disqualified for being light at the scales by 4 pounds. That was pretty heartbreaking for David Gravel because he did have a good run coming there at the end. He was actually a lot faster than Tyler with that when the laps ran out. So
I think I saw an interview with him about that, saying that they just raised that minimum weight limit, like 25 pounds, I think it was. And Said with all the
Yeah,
rubber
I'm
burned
not
off
sure.
and the fuel, and he was making excuses, but it is what it is.
That's what most race car drivers do when something goes
Yeah.
wrong. We got to have some kind of an excuse.
Yeah.
He was still fast. I feel bad for David, but we know he's going to bounce back and be tough at any other event. Danny Dietrich came over from Pennsylvania, finished third. Darren ended up second, and Darren Pittman ended up finishing third after Gravel was disqualified. Kyle Larson finally secured his first World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series crown jewel victory by picking up the 37th annual Kings Royal that was ran after the 38th.
So he won last year's race.
Yeah, he won last year's race this year, which kind of
Saturday.
makes sense because he dominated
after this year's
year.
race.
Yes. Well, and
have you been watching Loki? Have you watched Loki?
A little bit. This should
I
fall
think
right
this is a variant. It's a timeline thing, whole time travel stuff. Anyway, sorry.
Well,
tangent.
Larson bounced back to pick up that 37th Kings Royal after crashing his car in the first Kings Royal. And in just a few hours, several teams and everybody pitching in, thrashing to get that car ready, that exact same car that they thought was junk, picked up the win in the 37th annual Kings Royal Saturday night. Larson started ninth, clawed his way to the front to take the lead by the halfway point by passing Tyler Courtney and James McFadden. Larson controlled the second half of the race to earn his first Kings Royal crown and his first appearance in the race. Joining Larson on the podium was Sheldon Hodenshield and Carson Macedo. Kings Royal weekend ended exactly the way it began, Carson Macedo in victory lane. Carson had won on Wednesday night when they opened the Royal, and then on Saturday night with the night before, which was actually the day after. So figure that one all out. Macedo started on the outside of the front road.
There'll be a quiz later.
Yes. Very rubber down, dusty track. Afternoon racing with sprint cars is a little different, and I don't think many tracks are prepared to deal with it as they used to be. So it was okay. It was all right. It's still a race. I'd rather would have been there than working. So Shady Bull Speedway was rained out, so nothing to announce there. Jonathan Davenport picked up his third career CMH Diamond Nationals win on Saturday night at Lucas Oil Speedway. The race was co-sanctioned with the Lucas Oil MLRA. Davenport held off late race charges from both Josh Richards and Kyle Bronson to pick up his sixth Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of 2021. Davenport had just passed race leader Jimmy Owens coming off of turn 2. Moments before Owens got in the back of a slowing lap car when he had nowhere to go. Shane Clanton, who also had nowhere to go in a chain reaction, got into Owens. Both Owens and Clanton had to pit due to damage and return to the lineup on the tail. Advancing 14 positions, Richards finished second with Bronson coming home third. Tuesday, Brandon Overton found himself in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series victory lane at I-80 Speedway for the
Hey, Ryan's here.
All belt custom homes I-80 National.
You just missed yourself. We just played it. Did you get your dollar beer, Ryan? He's not going to answer. He's 30 seconds behind. Keep going. Sorry.
It's all good. During the 30-lap main event, Overton had his hands full with several other drivers along his way to the checkers. Overton pulled away from Hudson O'Neill after a restart with 5 laps to go for his second series win of the year and his first ever at the Nebraska Speed Plant. Overton led on 2 different occasions during the race as O'Neill briefly led laps 15 to 18 until Overton forged back ahead for the final time on the 19th circuit. O'Neill finished second, followed closely by Ricky Thornton Jr. And you just told me a few minutes ago who won at I-80 last night?
Tyler won last night, leading all 30 laps, won the Albelt Custom Homes I-80 Nationals. Ricky Weiss came on second, a hard-charging, wall-running Ricky Thornton came from 13th starting spot to finish third.
Way to go. And they're back in action tonight. And is that correct at I-80?
Yeah, tonight through Saturday.
Nice. So had lots of fun to be had there. World of Outlaws late models were in action. Dennis Erb Jr. went to the World of Outlaws Morton Building Late Model Series victory lane on Friday at River City Speedway. Jimmy Mars challenged Erb throughout the feature but had to settle for second. Ryan Gustin came home third. Frank Hageness Jr. powered around Tyler Bruning at the drop of the green flag and led all 40 laps to take the World of Outlaws Morton Building Late Model Series victory Saturday night at I-94 Sure Step Speedway. Brandon Shepard finished second and Tyler Bruning held on to finish third. Brandon Shepard climbed from his car in World of Outlaws Morton Building Late Model Series victory lane with 2 thumbs up in the air, a smile, and a look in his eyes showing he's back in championship form. Shepard mastered lap traffic and held off a hard-charging Cade Dillard to win Sunday night at Red Cedar Speedway. The two played a cat-and-mouse game for more than 20 laps as Dillard tried to power pass Shepard on the inside multiple times. Smokey Chris Madden rounded out the podium. Next up for the Outlaws late models, the series is off until Friday and Saturday, July 30th and 31st, when they travel to Fairbury Speedway in Fairbury, Illinois for the Prairie Dirt Classic. World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, Brad Sweet pieced together a dominant performance to win Tuesday night's Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup 30 at Lernerville Speedway. Sweet earned $25,000 for his 14th World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series triumph of the season. Sweet started third and took the lead from pole sitter Cy Lynch on the 12th lap before pulling away by 5.3 seconds after 40 laps. Donnie Schatz made a late charge to finish second. Aaron Reitzel ran second for most of the race, but eventually slipped back to finish third. Next up for the Outlaw Sprints, the Champion Oil Summer Nationals at Williams Grove Speedway tomorrow and Saturday, 23rd and 24th of July. Arca Menard Series action. Daniel Dye became the third Arca Menard Series winner in the 10th race of the season, Saturday night at Berlin Raceway. The 17-year-old rookie started on the pole and led all but 2 laps of the Zinzer Smart Coat 200 for his first victory in his second Arca Menard Series start. Ty Gibbs challenged Dye throughout the entire race, but fell short and had to settle for second. Corey Heim rounded out the podium. Next up for the ARCA Series, Shore Lunch 150 at Iowa Speedway on Saturday at 9 p.m. on MAV TV and NBC Track Pass. In NASCAR action, the Truck Series was off. The Xfinity Series, Christopher Bell made his return to the NASCAR Xfinity Series as a successful one Saturday afternoon at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Bell, making his first Xfinity start since the 2019 season finale, dominated the Ambetter Get Vaccinated 200 to secure his 17th career Xfinity Series victory. Bell took the lead for the final time on lap 55 and led the rest of the race, crossing the finish line 6.2 seconds ahead of Justin Allgaier. Daniel Hemrick came home third. In the Cup Series, everything has seemed to go wrong this season for Eric Almirola, but Sunday at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, everything went right. Almirola had the fastest car when it mattered the most, taking the lead late in the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301 and holding off Christopher Bell in the final laps of a race that was shortened by 8 laps due to impending darkness after a nearly 2-hour red flag for rain early in the race. Brad Keselowski came home third. Next up for the Cup Series, Sunday, August 8th at Watkins Glen International for the Go Bowling at the Glen at 3 p.m. on NBC Sports Network. Xfinity Series is in action on Saturday, August 7th at Watkins Glen, and then the trucks are also at the Glen on Sunday, August 8th at 3 p.m. on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, they're off for that Olympic break, so taking a break. Yeah, so NBC can cover the Olympics. That's the problem with having NBC, as the broadcaster, because they cover the Olympics, and they're like, all right, everything else on hold. I don't know.
I think they could have thrown it back to Fox for a couple races, traded
maybe swapped a little bit, started a little earlier. They could have done something, but I don't know.
Well, SRX Series is back in action, and reigning NASCAR Cup Series champion Chase Elliott held off 3-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Tony Stewart to take the victory in the Camping World SRX Series season finale Saturday night at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Elliott crossed the stripe almost a half second ahead of Stewart after battling his father Bill for much of the 77-lap race. Chase started fourth, and by lap 32 was second to his father, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, who led from the start. Chase took the lead from Bill for the first time on lap 53, only to have Bill take it back a lap later. Chase took the lead for good on lap 55. Stewart picked up the Camping World SRX Series Championship by 45 points over runner-up Ernie Francis Jr. That's all for the SRX Series for
Oops.
2021.
That was the finale. Yeah, I'm sure that series is going to be back.
Next I wonder will be their banquet.
Their banquet. I wonder if they're going to extend that to more than 6 races next year. It sounds like it was fairly successful.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been interest in it. I thought it was, pretty decent. We'll see what happens, but it is what it is. Dirt Car Summer Nationals updates: Thunderbird Raceway, Ashton Winger pick up the win at Hartford last Thursday. Oakshade, obviously, Ashton Winger won Saturday. Next up, Springfield Raceway in Missouri tonight. Tri-City Speedway, Illinois on Friday. Clarksville, Tennessee on Saturday. Richmond Raceway in Kentucky on Sunday. Lake Cumberland Speedway on Monday. Then a couple-week break, and then they get back at it. How about Nick Hoffman?
Is he the next Kyle Larson?
I don't know about all that, but he's
at least in a modified.
In a modified, he is something else. But I look at the results, and I don't want to say he's cherry picking a little bit, but I will say he's cherry picking.
He didn't show up to Oakshade on Saturday.
No. So hey, a win's a win. I don't care if you're cherry picking or not. Kudos to Matt Hoffman. I hope everything continues for him as great success. So
fair enough. Big D's Pizza, subs, ribs, chicken, and more. In Clyde is, I believe they're hiring again. Cooks, drivers. Stop in and get a application. Looking for a job. There you go. Hat change. Do you have you need a Big D's hat.
I need a Big D's hat.
He needs some Big D's apparel. Does he have it? I wonder if Big D's got some. 419-547-1444. That's Big D's number. Order online at orderbigdspizza.com. Big on taste, not on price. Real Geese Silhouette Decoys, the most technologically advanced goose and duck decoys ever produced. What makes them the most technologically advanced? They have freaking laser beams or something?
Freaking laser beams.
Freaking laser beams on those guys. They're manufactured right here in the U.S. They're U.S. laser beams. Check out realgeese.com or call 419-800-8100. Check out some of their apparel they do have for sale on their website there. And the laser beams may or may not come with your Real Geese decoys. That's a little disclaimer there. What time's Larry supposed to be giving us a call here?
I thought he would already have given one. Let me reach out to him.
All right, reach out to him. You gave him my number, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
New agreement with NBC. Yeah, yay. But this is deals with IndyCar. Means even more races are going to be on the main over-the-air network in the future for IndyCar. A hefty increase of 13 races will be on the main NBC network beginning next season. I think part of that's also because NBC SN is going away. This year, there were 9 on the NBC broadcast network. The remaining races on the 2022 NTT IndyCar schedule will be televised on NBC-owned properties such as USA Network and Peacock streaming service. NBC Sports will continue to be the exclusive home of the Indianapolis 500 and will provide coverage of all NTT IndyCar Series races, qualifying practice, and Indy Lights races across its linear, digital, and streaming platforms, including Peacock. Roush Fenway has finally made I don't know if it was Roush or Brad, but they finally made the announcement of what everybody knew anyways, that NASCAR champion Brad Keselowski have entered into a partnership that's going to be beginning in 2022, in which Keselowski will assume an ownership role and serve as head of the team's competition committee while also piloting the team's flagship, the number 6 Ford Mustang, formerly driven by Mark Martin, who I was a fan of. So I'm not a big fan of Brad Keselowski. I was a
fan of Newman in it too. I mean,
that's the other thing that sucks. Newman's in Matt Benedetto's boat. Neither one with a ride next year,
and both tremendously talented drivers. But
fingers crossed.
Jeffrey Terry's in the room here. He's watching from Winchester Speedway. He's there watching the Silver Crown Cars tonight for the Rich Vogler Classic. Should be a heck of an event over there. I wish I was able to watch that one while we were.
Well, we'll hurry up then.
We'll see if that's on Flow. Maybe I can have it on live over here while I'm.
The partnership between Roush and Keselowski pairs one of the most successful organizations in NASCAR history with one of the most successful drivers of the modern era in stock car racing, I guess. Kyle Busch was a little pissed early in the New Hampshire race. He crashed early because it began raining at New Hampshire and was upset that NASCAR didn't throw the yellow flag just a little bit earlier. He showed his frustrations by hitting the back of the pace car after he pulled away from his crash. Talk about some. I mean, I'd be upset too, but come on, control your emotions just a little bit.
Okay, is this Days of Thunder now?
Go out and hit the pace car. There you go. Maybe he was watching that the night before. And then I saw a headline, and I didn't click on it because I didn't want to see this. I guess he's on vacation, and there's video of Kyle Busch twerking. At least that's what it said. Kyle Busch twerking video. I was like, I have no desire whatsoever to click on that.
I would pay to not see that.
Yes. So I just skipped that. But if you want to, by all means, go for search. I'm sure you'll find it. Kyle Busch twerking. I'm not sure what else you'll find, but
that ranks right up there with Thomas Cole twerking, I think. I don't know.
Hey, Larry Jewett. Control your emotions.
Hey, Larry, I'll be darned.
Saw Larry at Oakshade this weekend. We're going to have him on sometime Because I think that was it back in January or February, back when everything was going on down in Florida, where he's from, or he's at now, I should say. Well, I don't know if he's there now because he was just at Oakshade, but yeah. Well, Larry's got lots of stories. I'm sure. Former announcer.
He was the announcer at Oakshade when I was a kid. And my dad was racing there, so that's been a couple years ago.
All right. So what's going on with Larry? Hear from him yet? Is he still driving?
No, I have not. I've just messaged him and no.
You wanna shoot me his number in the private comments there, and I can give him a call. We can interrupt him that way. Continuing on, the Cup teams will be getting their new next gen cars by the end of this week if they haven't gotten them already, so they can start seeing how that's going to work out, I guess. Eldora Speedway officials announced the historical big one. The original 1,000 to win sprint car race will return.
Oh, not 1,000
next year. 100. Did I say 1,000? I have it written down right. 100,000.
I know. I trust you. I'm just saying. You said 1,000.
The 100,000 to win sprint car race will return in 2022. After I didn't realize it's been gone for 19 years. 19-year absence.
It's been gone that long either. That's insane. The first inaugural big one was held on my 16th birthday
in 1993.
August 14th, 1993. Yes, sir.
Eldora Speedway founder Earl Baltas chose an early August weekend to promote the historical big one on 11 occasions through 2003. It's hard to believe it's been gone since then. The modern day iteration will continue the tradition of paying 100,000, not 1,000, but 100 times 1,000 to win. However, the purse will be expanded, pay deeper throughout the field, and the event will take place on the Thursday night of the 39th Kings Royal Week, which will be officially expanded to 4 days in 2022. So I'm guessing that means that Attica, the Brad Doty, will still not have a rain date then, because I'm guessing that's going to be a Wednesday through Saturday deal.
Yeah.
So
that
actually
makes the Kings Royal 4 days. So yeah. Unless they move the Doty to the following week.
Yeah, and it was 4 days this week, but that was because they were making up stuff from last year. Right. The day before, the night after, the 37th, after the 38th. NASCAR issued a series of penalties to the number 9 and 48 teams. Hendrick Motorsports there today, actually, after discovering Hendrick used a sealed engine from the number 9 Chevrolet of Chase Elliott in Alex Bowman's number 48 Chevrolet at New Hampshire this past weekend. According to the Cup Series rulebook, when the long block is sealed, the engine must be used in the same vehicle number the next time it is used. Alan Gustafson, crew chief of the number 9, and Greg Ives, crew chief of the number 48, were both fined $50,000. Each team also lost 25 owner and driver points. In addition, Scott Maxim, Hendrick Motorsports director of track engine support, and Jeff Andrews, Hendrick Motorsports executive vice president and general manager, have been suspended from the next Cup Series race, which is in a few weeks at Watkins Glen. Hendrick Motorsports issued a statement saying it was an administrative error that caused the motor to be allocated incorrectly to the number 48 team. Any luck over there?
Nothing yet, sir. I am doing my best.
All right.
I thought I had his number in my phone. Apparently, I do not.
Oh. All right. Moving on, let's check out our Twitter poll results. I think the poll is probably closed by now. Yep, final results. All right, Twitter poll was, let me bring this up here. Still working on getting Larry Bose. Share screen. There we go. Should NASCAR have a break for the Olympics? And nobody said yes. 71.4% said no, and a large number also said who cares? 28.6%. Which I would be in between the no and who cares. But that's just me.
I'm going to mute here for just a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Ron Miller Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan. Give Ron a call. Not now, though, because he's at a dinner for his granddaughter is going to get married tomorrow. Rehearsal dinner. That's what's going on. He thought he was going to be on the show, and I was told that if he comes on the show tonight, that he's going to be in trouble. And then I never heard from him, so I'm not sure what happened. Moving on. Oh, wait, I didn't give the phone number. 734-856-7223. Race cars, parts, safety, equipment, service, everything a racer needs. That's Ron Miller Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan. One of the reasons, again, we're going to be talking to Larry Bowes, not Larry Jewett, but Larry Jewett would be equally as entertaining, is he's taken over the promoting responsibilities at Montpelier Motor Speedway. And I don't know if you've seen this yet, but he has been making some posts. They have a new Facebook page, so make sure you follow it. Go to the old Montpelier Motorsport or Motor Speedway Facebook page, and the first post there is a link to the new one. They've been posting all kinds of updates. I guess the plan is if everything goes as planned, they're going to open up on July 31st will be their first race. So that's next weekend, as the place has been silent this year, and not because of COVID, but because of, I guess the owner has some health issues, which has prevented him from opening up that track in Montpelier, Indiana. Famous for the Monster Mash, which I went to last year for the first time in like 5 years. Fun track, great facility. Nice to see that coming back. Also, the Royal in the Rumble into the Royal Rumble, the Rumble in Fort Wayne. Thank you. Apparently, you can still hear me even if you're muted. Coming up in December, that had to be canceled last year due to COVID for the first time in forever, as far as I know. But hey, I got Larry's number. I don't know if you can hear me there, Jerry. I have Larry's number. Unmute yourself for a second.
I do now as well.
All right. Well, good. How about we give him a call here? We'll see if
I just got his voicemail, so we'll see if you have any better luck.
Okay. Well, what's going on here? I'm busy this week and have you set up our guest this week, and he stands you up.
I fail miserably.
Well, maybe he recognized your number and he didn't want to talk to you.
Can't blame him there.
Should we leave him a voicemail?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for calling, Larry. I'm unable to answer the phone right now as I'm at work. So if you would, please leave a message or text me at this number. Thank you.
I was hoping he wasn't going to give his number out.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Larry Bowes, Scott Hammer, Jerry Keyser.
Hi, Larry.
He's waving at you. I don't think you can see that. We're live on the show. We were hoping that hopefully you get this real soon, and you give us a call back at that number that I just called from. We want to talk to you about Montpelier Motor Speedway and the Rumble in Fort Wayne, and not the Royal Rumble, because that's a wrestling thing. It's something totally different. I don't know. Maybe Oh my gosh, my dog just farted. Sorry. And I just left that on his voicemail. So please call us back so we don't have to talk about that. Bye, Larry. All right, there you go. All right, let's see if he ends up calling us back for that. How about we move ahead to how many? Chance to win a Big D's pizza.
I promise I messaged him and he messaged back saying he's going to call back because he's on the road. I don't know.
He's a busy. He's retired.
Yeah,
he's got some time.
He's so far from retired, it's not even funny. He's one of the hardest working men I know.
Well, he's working with Dwayne on the Rumble thing. Dwayne Hancock.
He's working with a lot of people on the Rumble.
Yeah. So last week's how many was how many late models are going to be at Oakshade on Friday for the Summer National Show, the birthday race, and that number was 53. And our show winner, Nevaeh, Ron's crew chief, was in the room with the Ron, so she got the vote last week, and she picked 51. So she was closest with the in-studio.
Well,
folks.
I would have said 53.
I'm sure you would have, but you couldn't get a phone signal. Maybe that's what Larry's problem is. Maybe he's driving around in Eldora.
No, I don't think he's anywhere near Eldora.
And our online winner last week was a fellow named David Hammer, who picked 53.
Never heard of him.
I used to live with the guy growing up. My dad. So he wins a Big D's pizza, and actually was the only one that guessed it spot on. Dave, hey, Dave, call Larry. Let's just fill up his voicemail. Larry Bose, not Jewett, just to make sure. Actually, if Larry Jewett's available, you want to come on? We're looking for a guest. If your name's Larry, that's cool. We can do that. Moving on. This week's How Many is going to be how many super modifieds are going to be at Sandusky Speedway on Saturday for the High Miler Nationals. I have absolutely no idea how many that's going to be.
Nor do I.
And nor does Jerry. So if you want a chance to win a Big D's pizza, put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. And whoever's closest will win a Big D's pizza next week on the show. And if two people guess the same number, that's all right. We'll spin the Big D's pizza wheel and break that tie that way. So again, it's how many super modifieds are going to be at the High Miler Nationals, Sandusky Speed Super Modified Nationals on Sandusky on Saturday, because they're actually in action tomorrow night as well. So there's a possibility there could be more on Friday, and maybe someone gets wrecked and can't make it back for Saturday. So, so since you weren't here last week, we're going to make you guess first.
I'll see how you are while I'm trying to look up results.
Yeah. Yeah, is that what you're doing? Cheating? I also like to
cheating.
stall so I can see what everybody guesses and kind of get an idea off of that.
Since I can't find anything, I'm just going to throw a number out there, 31.
Okay. Then I'm going to go 30. I'll just undercut you by one.
You would. So
there you go. If we get 31 or more, then you're the winner. If we get 30 or less, then I'm the winner, and we get nothing. So the Bass Amateur on YouTube says there's going to be 288. That may be just a little inflated. I don't know. I'm not sure where they park all those. They do have a field there. I guess they might be able to use.
I promise that Doug Dock would be thrilled to see that many cars show up. He'd find a place to park them.
Yeah. You know what? Let's we're waiting to see if Larry gives us a call back. I want to read that press release that they put out for Montpelier Motor Speedway.
Okay.
Do you have any other inside information on what's going there since you spoke to him, or if you spoke to him?
No, nothing concrete. I spoke with Larry Tuesday in person. We talked about it a little bit. He's just thrilled to get up there and start getting everything going up there again. And he doesn't want to reinvent the wheel, because that place does have its own mystique to it. But he definitely thinks there's something to build upon and grow over the years. So this could be a very long-term, very profitable situation for everybody involved at Montpelier. So,
and last year there was a different promoter that was kind of running things for a while, and you actually worked with him for a bit.
I worked with him once, and then the owner, Harold Hunter, took it back over and ran a couple races, and I worked for him as well. Both of them, the track itself is amazing. Facilities needed a little bit of TLC, and Larry's been up there working on that already. This week I've seen him replacing some wood on the bleachers, painting, getting stuff spruced up. But overall, I mean, the place is going to be ready to go here real quick.
Was it just features that they were running last year?
No, it was
some weird format that he. I mean, he was trying something new, and I don't know that it worked.
It didn't, and that's why Harold ended up with it back, and we ran regular races. So, gotcha. He's I can tell you, Thomas Cole, mods and stocks are the base divisions he's running. He's looking for trophy sponsors, but he's also looking at a third class. I can tell you
how about I read the press release here that they just put out. Okay. Actually, this morning, it looks like. Montpelier Motor Speedway announces reopening plan. If you're not familiar with Montpelier Motor Speedway, it's about a half hour south of Fort Wayne?
Yeah, roughly that.
Roughly. After sitting idle thus far into the 2021 auto racing season, Montpelier Motor Speedway will roar back to life within a few weeks. Long a favorite stop for racing teams in the Hoosier State, the historic 1/4 mile Clay Oval's reopening comes as a result of many factors. You realize they consider that a quarter mile. That was a little bigger than that. Anyway,
it's a big quarter.
It's a big quarter, super quarter. Recently, Larry Bowes stepped away from 30 years of involvement with Eldora Speedway to ease into retirement. Shortly after that, he announced after that announcement, he was deluged with multiple requests from drivers to reach out to Montpelier Motor Speedway owner Harold Hunter about getting the track up and running. Harold's health issues have prevented him from opening the track. Quote, I knew that I couldn't step away completely, and when this opportunity knocked on my door, I thought long and hard, but decided that the challenge was something I could be up to, commented Bowes. I was fortunate to have the tutelage of Earl Baltas and Tony Stewart at Eldora, and will use much of that gained knowledge in this new venture. Eldora will forever be in my heart, but the facility has a great team in place for continued growth and success. Unquote. Hunter was equally excited for the opportunity to see his facility getting a renewed life. Quote, the drivers and fans love the racing action at Montpelier, and it bothered me that my health wouldn't allow me to get it open, stated Hunter. When Larry called, I knew it was a natural fit, and I look forward to working with him to see Montpelier return to the Hoosier spotlight. Saturday nights will remain the night of choice, with the modified and stock car divisions making up the weekly show. As the season continues, many other classes will be added to the card as special attractions, including midgets, non-wing sprint cars, and late models. Have they run late models there before?
If they have, I wasn't there for it, but that would be awesome.
Well, they did. They run the American Ethanol Series. Ran there.
Oh, yes.
That's right. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. July 31st has been targeted as the opening night, providing everything falls into place, according to Bowes. We still have several permits to get completed and secure insurance, but we are optimistic that we can get the job done. We are overwhelmed with the outpouring of support, which has driven me and Harold to work even harder to make this whole ordeal, or the whole deal, happen. Not ordeal. All I can say is stay tuned. That's what we got there. And I just got something here. What? Side step. Oh, breaking news. I think I have some breaking news.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think.
You think?
I think, because it's not actually posted yet. I got a screenshot of a post. I better not do that yet.
Oh, come on!
It's from
don't
Fluffy.
tease us now.
It's from Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Just can't catch me. I'll be racing with my sidekick, and if I'm feeling, but I'm a phone. Okay, yeah. I don't
post a screenshot. Just share.
I'm not going to post a screenshot. Cannot reveal my. Wait, let me just ask him. Is this public? Okay. So that is the update from Montpelier.
Hey.
What do you got? What? Hey, there's your yeah. It's a family show.
Leghorn.
It's a family show. Not yet. All right. So he says it's not public, so we can't make that announcement yet. So good thing I asked instead of just reading that. You got to be careful about sending me stuff, because if you send me stuff and don't say that,
especially mid-show, you never know where we're going to blurt out.
This is between you and I, or anything else, then. I mean, because there's some other stuff that I heard today that was kind of disheartening about a certain track that's down your way, sort of. A little bit north of you, but not too far away. Yeah. So not good news coming out of there. I can't read any details, but it's like it's stuck. Things are stuck, is all I can say. I don't know how much more I can stall for Mr. Bowes here.
I can tell you a bunch of people have tried to throw enough grease on that to get it unstuck, and
it's beating a dead horse.
Larry, something I do want to talk about real quick. We lost a legend last week. Here in Lima. Cartersville, Ohio. Tim Allison, known as Mr. Excitement, 101-time 360 sprint car feature winner all over the area. Tragically lost his life to a massive heart attack. Tim was 63 years old. Again, just a fixture in sprint car racing, not even just in 360s. You know, he started running 410s in the mid 80s, moved to the 360s there around the year 2000, but was dominant at Lima Land and has won features anywhere the 360s have ran locally for years. Even went out to Knoxville and ran some out there. He's finished 10th in the King's Royal back in, I have it written down here, the 97 King's Royal. So Tim's been around all over. And, you know, it's like I said, unfortunately, you know, passing away at 63. We are going to run a little bit of a memorial. That would be impressive. We are having going to run tomorrow night's Kano Ready Mix Clash at Lima Land Motorsports Park in honor of Tim. We do have some special things happening. They're going to have his car over on the grandstand side in the midway for the fans to take their pictures with and things like that. And then for our A main, we do got a little special tribute to Tim that we're going to put together involving his grandson, Caleb. So make sure you guys come out to Lima Land Motorsports Park tomorrow night if you can. And join us as we honor Tim Allison in his memory.
And again, if you missed the weekend weather pit stop, forecast looked pretty good this weekend. We played the weekend weather pit stop with Ryan Weekman earlier. So once we're done, you can just go back and watch the beginning of the show, and you'll be able to hear that. So, yeah. Larry's going to call. Dave Kemmer, our is he our associate producer? We might have to give him a pay increase and maybe a new title.
Yeah.
Executive. No, he's not going to be the executive. How about just producer instead of associate producer? Should we bump him up
to?
It's a show meeting during the show right now. Should we bump him up to a producer?
Should bump him up to the executive vice president in charge of something
of guest affairs.
Guest affairs. There it is.
Executive vice president of guest affairs. All right, I like that. Please accept your 15% pay increase, Dave. Need someone to do a OJ throwback.
Tim Allison drove the OJ car.
Gotcha.
In fact, that's the car he finished with at Eldora in the King's Royal. So that's.
Didn't Ronnie Perrine?
Yes, Ron was also involved in that team. Matter of fact, Ronnie's got a sideboard from Tim's wing out in front of his garage right now that he's had on display all week. So
cool. Well, while we continue to wait, we still have a little bit more to go here.
No
we'll be done with.
Larry just messaged me too, so he is definitely going to be.
All right, we'll finish the show with Larry.
The last couple minutes with a busy.
Did you give him the right number? Maybe I can. Should I call him again? We'll just try. I'm calling him now. We'll see if this works. Because we know that was his number because that was him on the voicemail there.
Hello, this is Larry.
Larry, it's Scott Hammer, Jerry Keyser.
I'm sorry. I got totally carried away here.
Well, you know.
That's all right. We know how busy you are, Larry, and completely understandable, man.
Okay.
So let's talk about things. You got a lot going on. You are easing into retirement, I guess. You announced your retirement from Eldora Speedway. What was that? About a month ago now? Maybe a little bit more?
Not quite a month. It was the end of June.
Did you? Okay. Well, it's almost the end of July.
Well, yeah, the dates are moving quickly.
Yeah. So, how'd this deal come up with Montpelier Motor Speedway? Let's talk about Montpelier first, and then we'll get to the Rumble.
Well, it's kind of a strange story. I went there last year to an event and just sat down and looked around, and I thought to myself, wow, this place has got my name all over it. It just looked like a fun little place, stress-free. And then I kind of put it away. And then once I decided to step away from Eldora, I just decided I couldn't stay away from racing. So I pursued the option of going over to Montpelier, met with Harold over there, the track owner. And obviously with his current health condition, he wasn't able to maintain the track properly. So he and I struck up a deal, and I'm back at it.
So was that your only time you've been to the track, or have you been to Montpelier other times?
I went there like 30 years ago,
Okay.
and Harold is really, I best describe it as a diamond in the rough. It certainly is no Eldora. There is no other Eldora, but it's a place that, with a little bit of lipstick, is going to be a great place. The track is there. The track is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just the facilities need a little bit of work.
So what have you been doing, and when did you start working on it, and when can we see racing?
Well, we started on it just about a week and a half ago. It was a massive pile of weeds at that time, and so we've just been pretty much daily mowing and chopping weeds. Got that pretty much done. We're replacing bleacher boards Sunday. Harold's been working on the track since Sunday, painting some buildings and just a general cleanup, trying to get going next Saturday night already, July 31st.
So do you remain on target for the 31st then as your opening night?
Yeah, I think so. We'll be going up there this weekend, and thanks to a lot of local volunteers and fans that have driven 80 miles or more to come there and help, we should be ready.
Have you gotten any feedback from the drivers that have been yearning to race there this year?
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. Just about everybody that has raced there in the past is just chomping at the bit to get back there. And then I think I've heard from just about every sanctioning body in the state of Indiana that wants to race there. And as I tell everybody, all we want to do this year, we have about 10 more weeks that we can race. Well, we just want to get our feet wet, get to know the facility, know the area, and get acclimated to the track. It's not going to be a huge venture. It's just going to be more of a grassroots, local, fun Saturday night.
Awesome. What classes? I saw modifieds and the stock car classes. Is that it?
Yeah, we're going to start with the UMP modifieds, and that'll be great for the guys chasing the national points. It gives them another night of racing. We'll be running the super stock, which is a pretty general class of stock cars that's going to encompass Lima Land, Eldora, Gas City, just about 6 rules. And then the front wheel drive compact cars. That'll be kind of like the menu. And we'll be adding the following week the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. They'll be there a couple times this year, and a late model show and probably one non-wing show.
Well, the late model.
Any chance of seeing the dirt track truck series there? Me and Andy King want to know.
Oh, yes. Andy and I have been talking, and Andy's doing a whale of a job this year. His schedule is pretty full. There's only a few weekends that he has open, but they definitely will be there also. So Jerry will be happy to hear that.
Now, the late model show, is that going to be just a regular UMP kind of deal, or is that going to be maybe some kind of a series?
I've not reached out to any of the series. Their schedules are pretty much booked. So it's going to be a UMP type late model. And if I can get into an existing series, I will. Otherwise, we'll just do our own local show.
Now, are you in this for the long haul? I mean, you just doing this season? Or are you going to be doing this for the foreseeable future, next year and beyond?
Well, it's my new baby. I've got to make it grow.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to hear that it's, last year was kind of a little bit tumultuous with, being open and closed and open and closed. This year, what about like the Monster Mash, a staple event that happens?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
October Halloween weekend. It's going to be a 2-day show this year, Friday and Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
What, any other details on that you can?
No. I just put it on the calendar today. But everybody tells me it has to happen, so it's going to happen. And you asked me if I'm in it for the long haul. Well, I've acquired a new hashtag, and it's hashtag too dumb to quit.
I don't know about that, but so what about this is a personal question for me. What about Oakshade Bombers? Would they be able to race with the super stocks?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the rules.
Okay.
I just encourage it. I just created a website today. It's racemontpelier.com, and it's got the class called Super Stock on there. That's the only one that I've got specs for. And like I said, it's a wide range type thing, and there's only like 6 rules. So just encourage everybody to take a look at it. I know that they ran another class called Thunder Cars or something like that, which was an all-encompassing bomber type class. There's been interest in that, so I'm sure we'll get them there once. I'm looking to do an old Sandusky cavalcade type thing with just a bunch of divisions on a weekend other than the Monster Mash.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on that deal. I mean, like I said, a lot of people are happy, and it sounds like you're excited about making this happen as well. Do you have a crew and everybody in place to make things happen then in just over a week away at this point?
Yeah, I think so. Through the help of returning employees over there and a lot of good friends that have been on my team through the years, we're just all going to make it happen. And I think they all share the same excitement about this resurrection.
Cool. Well, awesome there. Now let's shift gears a little bit and look a little further into the future. Coming up in December, the Rumble in Fort Wayne. I've seen Dwayne Hancock posting some things about that. How much work do you have going on with that venture at this point?
Well, right now we're just putting together the weekend schedule, trying to get the event flyer done, get the word out so that everybody knows that, yes, we can go back in and make some noise and make some fumes inside the Coliseum up at Fort Wayne. It's going to be December 17th and 18th, 2 big days. And they're going to feature, of course, the midgets, winged and non-winged 600s, multiple classes of go-karts and quarter midgets, just nonstop action for 2 days. So just getting all the details put together on that, and the calendar just does not stop anymore, I'm telling you.
No, Larry, and once a month we've been having some fun building up to the Rumble with the Racing to the Rumble iRacing series. That's been a blast for me to be a part of and do a little bit of commentating for you. Talk a little bit about that and what that's going to be building up to for you on December 18th.
Yeah, it's a neat little deal. We do it once a month. I think it's the third Tuesday of every month. And it's an aggressive series that 4 racers each week qualify for the big finale. And the finale is going to be actually conducted during the Rumble on Saturday, December 18th through Tim Sims and the Hillbilly High Banks and UDTV. It's a neat deal. It's going to be a full payback 24-car feature, and it's going to pay $1,000 to win and a great General Tire gift certificate.
I'm gonna have to sell my car.
Yeah,
There's more money in iRacing.
Scott, I keep telling you about this. You guys don't believe me. This is a neat deal, and Larry, it's been like I said, been a complete thrill to be a part of that. Looking forward to next month's event when we head to the virtual Williams Grove Speedway to qualify 4 more drivers for the finale.
Right. I had not seen any iRacing events until we started this, and I'm telling you, it's almost like sitting in the grandstands, but with no intermissions, no downtime. We run the whole thing off in just over like an hour and a half, and it's a fun night. And you can register for the VIP fan experience, which includes real quickly overnight accommodations at the Holiday Inn right across the street, 2 tickets to the Rumble, and Fatheads Eyewear swag. So it's a fun deal. Tune in on our Facebook page.
And again, what's the dates for the Rumble?
The Rumble's December 17th and 18th.
Okay, so it's earlier this year. Usually it's between Christmas and New Year's.
Well, yes, Christmas every 6 years or 2 years in a row falls on an off weekend, meaning Friday and Saturday, and you can't run on Christmas Day. Obviously, Mom won't allow that, so we have to pick another weekend, and that's what would have happened last year, and then again this year.
So it's always got to be on the weekend then.
Yeah, Tony Barhorst, previous promoter, tried it midweek and not overly successful.
Awesome. One last question I have for you. Well, actually, that's not true. I still have another question. I'm going to ask that one first. What made this last month the right time to step away from your time at Eldora? Many years there.
It was just one night I was sitting around and, it just came to me. I said, I'm not getting any younger, and Eldora just continues to grow and grow and grow. And it just got to the point where I felt that it was time for somebody else to step in. I had 30 great years, had some great mentors in Earl and Tony, and I think it's time somebody else gets to enjoy that.
How different were things once Tony Stewart took over from Earl there?
Not a whole lot different. He brought, some major sponsorship with him. Earl just was not one that wanted to go out and get sponsors. He wanted everything to be done, through his own efforts. So Tony brought in a lot of sponsorship, which allowed for a lot of facility improvements, primarily in the safety aspect with new wheel fences and the lighting improved, the digital board and everything else. So, he's just trying his darndest to maintain the Eldora experience. It's tough to do when you make all of those improvements, but it just continues to grow all the time. And I'm just so proud to have been part of it.
Got to balance tradition with the safety improvements.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Now, with all your years there, what's the craziest thing that you ever witnessed at Eldora?
Well, that'd be hard to say. There were so many experiences. I think that, somebody once told me that I need to sit down with Dave Argabright. And,
there you go.
We had the book called Earl. Well, there needs to be a book called Life with Earl, because the stories I could tell, I mean, your show isn't long enough to go into them.
No, definitely. We just talked to Brad Doty a couple weeks ago about his book with him as well. So I think that's a great idea. I'd definitely give that a read.
I've been lucky enough to hear just a few stories from Larry over the years, and I'd buy the book in a heartbeat. I can tell you that 100%.
You have to sit down in your spare time
yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll pencil that in for 2047.
There you go.
I'm going to live forever because, I said I'm too dumb to quit.
There you go. This is my last question for real this time. How many people mispronounce your last name? How many times do you get called Larry Booze?
Well, I have to complain about my parents first. They screwed up by calling me Bose, because more than one boo is booze. But anyways, 9 out of 10 get it wrong. And I answer to anything and answer to a lot more than Bose or booze. Trust me.
All right. I got you there. I follow that. Well, looking forward to Montpelier coming back to life. You're going to run it weekly then, starting once you get it going?
Yes. July 31st, we're going to go every Saturday through September. And then October, we just have to shut down a couple of weeks because of neighboring Gas City and Kokomo with their big year-end events. We want to be a good neighbor with them. And then we'll just see what happens thereafter.
And looking forward to a full schedule in 2022.
Absolutely. Just going to do our best to try to make Montpelier the bull ring that it needs to be.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. I have a lot of fun the 2 times I've raced down there. So awesome. Glad to, I'm excited about it. Just, that you got that going on. You got the Rumble going on. Is there anything else that you have going on too?
Yeah, we'll be returning to Columbus at the Hog Barn at the Ohio Indoor Kart Series. They're back in business. So I'm working with Kathy and the rental department down there to get that going. And, I think the biggest regret I have from leaving Eldora is all of my friends in go-karting and Little Eldora Speedway, because we had built that into the mecca of go-kart racing. And I truly feel I let them down, but hopefully I can make it up to them with some other venues.
Did you ever meet Oliver Osborne?
Oh, yeah. Oliver's great. I've got one of his personally signed sweatshirts.
Oh, man, he didn't give us a sweatshirt. I'll have to talk to that kid. Well, Larry, we appreciate the time, and sorry, we apologize for the message we left you earlier. I don't know if you listened to that yet or not.
I think Jerry would tell you I have terrible phone manners. I don't listen to messages. So,
okay, good.
But this
you
one
might want
phone
to
number
listen to this one, Larry. Get a laugh out.
Oh, well, this phone number just kept coming up and up and up and up, and I said, well. So I Googled it, and it was good old Dave Kemmer's phone number. And I thought, oh, no, that's when I remembered. And so So you got to thank Dave for getting me back on board here.
We've already given him a promotion. He is now the executive vice president of guest affairs or something like that.
Well, that's a pretty big title to get on a name tag.
Yeah. And that's all thanks to you.
All right. Sounds great.
All right, Larry. Thanks.
Hey, no
Thank you,
problem.
Larry.
And if you can't get to Montpelier, just make sure you support your local racetrack because we need racing to keep going and going and going.
Absolutely, because we're too dumb to quit.
There you go. I'm going to patent that. I'm going to patent that.
Get that. That can be the title of your book and get some T-shirts made or something.
There you go. All right.
See you,
Thanks,
Larry.
guys, and thanks for all you do.
Yep, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Larry.
Larry Bowes. It's the first time I talked to him. Sounds like a nice guy.
He's amazing. And like I said, I've been lucky enough to spend some time with him and hear some of the stories from over the years with Earl. And man, he'll leave you crying, he'll leave you laughing, he'll leave you a little bit of both if you let him. So it's been pretty neat. So and getting to know Larry alone is worth the price of admission. Just getting to see some of the things he does.
And to John in the comments there, I plan to race the Monster Mash at least because they run Saturday night.
Running 4-barrel carbs, so you guys are
okay. Yeah. I didn't read the specs yet.
Yeah,
cool.
Check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So,
all right,
come over and watch you guys race.
Well, I hear the Dirt Track Truck Series is probably going to be there too. So, this weekend racing going on right now. As a matter of fact, at Sandusky Speedway, the High Miler weekend kicking off with $1 night, $1 admission, hot dogs, beer, Pepsi products. Ryan Weekman, as you heard, was pretty excited about that earlier tonight because we did his forecast earlier since they started at 7:30 tonight. Racing continues tomorrow night at Sandusky with the ISMA Super Modifieds. The Fast 40 for them is on Friday. Modifieds will be in action in the National Compact Racing Series. Isn't that VORS? I think that's supposed to be the VORS Series. Qualifying in heats. Yes, the VORS Series. Qualifying in heats tomorrow night.
There's another series called the National Compact Touring Series.
Is it?
They're out of Michigan.
Well, I have to double check my notes here.
We actually have them coming down to Shady Bowl one weekend as well.
But it's the VOR series on Saturday, and that's the features. So I'm assuming it's the same series since they're running qualifying and heat races tomorrow. So we're going to go with that. Check out SanduskySpeedway.com for more information. Pit gates open at 2:00 tomorrow at Sandusky, racing at 7:30. General admission is $25 tomorrow night. So Limaland, you heard Jerry talking about the special deal earlier. Also K&L Ready Mix Clash. That's still happening as well.
Clash honoring Tim Allison is what we're calling it.
NRA Sprints Modified and the Thunderstocks. That what we call them there. Okay.
Yep.
Gates open at 4. Racing at 7:30. General admission. I didn't get the general admission. Usually it's $12. Is it $12? Okay. Attica also in action on Friday with Bauman Auto Group night, Napa Auto Parts, Advanced Drainage Systems night. All that in one night. Plus, the Attica Fremont Championship Series 410 sprints, 4,000 to win that. The Attica Oakshade Late Model Series and the AFCS 305s in action. Gates open at 5. My gosh, we've gone on too long. Gates open at 5 at Attica. Racing at 7:45. General admission is $15 there. Saturday.
We hit that hour mark and you're done, aren't you?
Yeah, I am pretty much. I've had to pee for about 45 minutes too, so that's also a contributing factor to my distraction. Saturday night on the menu. We should call this the racing menu. We'll call this the racing menu for now. Saturday night on the menu, we have
D's racing menu.
Okay. Well, racing menu, yes. Oakshade Raceway will have night 2 of the Attica Oakshade Late Model Series deal. Sportsman Bombers Compacts in action. Gates open at, I wrote 4 a.m. Gates open at 4 p.m. Racing at 7 p.m. I did all this last night and it was late because I got a new job. I've been very busy this week.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, we'll talk
How's
about
the new job?
It's pretty good. I like it. Pay is very, very nice, but I can't do any of this stuff while I'm at work. So all this stuff is in my free time now. General admission, $14 at Oakshade. Racing starts at 7:00 on Saturday. Flat Rock Speedway, it's the Stan Yee Memorial 150 with the Outlaw Super Late Models plus the figure 8s in action. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7. Shady Bowl should be back in action with the Thunder and Lightning 75 race number 3.
75 laps for the Thunder cars.
I don't think Thunder and Lightning it's not right. You shouldn't have like storm things and racing stuff. It's for the Thunder cars.
That's correct. Corey Wooten, long time, third generation racer, picked up his first career feature win the last time we ran the Thunder cars. So looking forward to seeing how he does in this big 75 lapper. So.
You know what? It is the National Compact Racing Series at Sandusky. That's what it is. Yeah. The VOR series is at Shady Bowl. That's what I saw on here. Because VOR's Compact Touring Series will be at Shady Bowl as well. That Thunder car deal, that's 1,000 to win too. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Crown Vics Compacts and Powder Puff Compacts. Grandstands open.
Powder Puff, yeah.
Grandstands open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $15 at Shady Bowl. I think that's right. Fremont Speedway Fort Ball Pizza Night on Saturday as well, featuring the AFCS 410s, 4,000 to win there. The AFCS 305s, 1,000 to win. Dirt trucks, gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $15, and then Sandusky Speedway, the final night of the 44th annual High Miler Super Modified Nationals. The Terry Cipher Memorial Modified Race will be happening for the modifieds, the ISMA Super Modifieds in action, the Pure Stocks, the National Compact Racing Series feature from Friday night's heats and qualifying for that. Pit gate opens at 11 a.m. at Sandusky on Saturday, racing at 7, general admission $30. And that is your Big D's racing menu, because Dean Henry likes it. So there you go. Your Big D's racing, weekend racing menu. Usually this time we'd be doing the weekend weather pit stop with Ryan Weekman, but we already played that earlier in the show. And again, if you missed it, just go back to the beginning of the show after we're done here, which is happening momentarily, because we do have one last thing before we wrap things up.
Did we have a call?
Yeah, we do have a hammer down hotline thing, but I was going to answer. I forgot what else I was going to say there. I don't know.
I thought that was the one more thing. That's why.
That is the one more thing, but there was something else I was going to say, but now I forgot what it was. Was it racing at Montpelier? I've only raced there twice. I liked it. It was fun. Okay. Yeah, let's check out the this week's hammer down hotline. And just here it is.
August 8th. August 5 p.m. Debut event. For the first time in over 18 months, returns to Toledo, Ohio. Tickets. .com. Giggity.
Yep, that just happened. That's what happens when If you want to promote something, that's fine. We'll play it for you. I didn't say how I'd play it back for you. If you want to leave a message on the Hammer Down hotline anytime, that's what happens when I get off early enough. I can actually edit that together. 419. Larry's not on the phone anymore, so we can get rid of that there. 419-318-3081 is the Hammer Down hotline number. 419-318-3081. Feel free to call it anytime, day or night. And that's it.
That's all.
That's it.
That's everything?
I think. Yeah, I was just reading here about the super modified drivers from Canada coming to Sandusky. Canada's been locked down. Yeah, I don't know. I know it was a big deal last year where they didn't. I don't know if they're still locked down this year. But anyways, thanks again to our Executive Vice President of Guest Affairs, also our Associate Producer. He's got 2 titles now, Dave Kemmer. Field Correspondents, Matt Swender, Doug Dock, and John Young. And once again, thanks to our sponsors. Make sure to get out to a local track, support them. And if not, you can support our sponsors, any of these guys, including Oakshade Raceway, Real Geese Silhouette Decoys, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, and Freeze Frame Photos. You see Freeze Frame at the track or something, give them $1. That's all they charge for those pictures. Yeah. Get your favorite driver and take it to your favorite driver. He'll autograph it.
On the track at Winchester as we speak.
Oh, well, we better wrap up then. I got to get this.
Man, we can sit and talk about it. I mean, I
still really have to pee. So I think we're going to get out of here. We'll be back next week for show number 190. The last show of July. What is that? It's going to be the 29th, isn't it? Yeah. So tune in next Thursday live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Also, you can also listen to us all the time, anytime on your favorite podcasting platform. We're on hammerdownracingreport.com. It's got all the information on there as well if you want to become a sponsor and anything else. And one last hat change. We've already seen
the
that
NASCAR hat.
Is that what that is?
Already seen them all. Yeah, that's the new NASCAR.
It is
official NASCAR hat. Yep, that's just the logo. The stripes before the word NASCAR in the logo for years that were different colors. Now it's just the black and white stripes.
Okay.
Or you go back to Knoxville.
There you go. Just put them all on.
You can do a Lima Land.
Yeah, it's time to go now.
It's time to get out of here.
That's impressive. We'll be back next Tuesday. Ron Miller should be back with us then. It's a great look. If you're listening to us on the podcast on a podcasting platform such as Spotify, fast forward to the end of the Facebook Live video or YouTube, whatever. Like us on there too. Okay.
It's an organic hat, like John Young says.
It's like a cat in a hat or something. I don't know. All right, we're out. We'll see you next week.
See you, everybody.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.